Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Yesterday I made a beautiful lemon chicken in my crock pot. After dinner, I separated all of the meat from the carcass and saved the carcass to make bone broth, chicken bone broth. It also can just be chicken stock or chicken broth. I tried to make the video last night, but there were so many interruptions, it was just craziness. So I thought I would try again today to show you how you can take the carcass from your chicken and use it to make food for free. It's practically like taking your scraps, kitchen scraps, and making meals. So the first thing you want to do is pick the bones clean. You want to take all the meat and set it aside for other meals. Then look at all of the nice bones, and the bones are full of minerals. They're full of lots of nutrition. So in my crock pot, I had the leftover broth from cooking the chicken, and into it I placed all of the bones. I added a little more rosemary. I had a few more sprigs of rosemary, so I added those. More garlic if you want, and the leftover lemon. You need lemon or vinegar to have the bones actually disintegrate and release all the nutrients, the marrow, and the part that makes it into gelatin. I wanted to spice it up a bit. It's simple to add the seasonings to your taste, so I added about a half a teaspoon of the cayenne, a teaspoon and a half of pepper, and about a tablespoon of salt. But do the seasonings that you enjoy in the amounts that you like. Then I filled it up about halfway with some nice filtered water. This was a small chicken, and so there aren't a lot of bones. If I had 2 chickens or more bones, I would have filled it up with water. But since I just had the one, I just filled it a little more than halfway. The chicken bone broth has been cooking on low in my crock pot for nearly a day, and because chicken bones are smaller than, say, beef bones, they tend to disintegrate and give up all of their nutrients sooner rather than later. So let me go ahead and show you. I can remove the lid. And none of the contents besides the broth is something that you want to use in soup. You're trying to get the essence of all of your lemon, your rosemary, your bones, and your spices into just the broth. So you want to remove all of the leavings. You can see how they've really just disintegrated. And see, here's a chicken bone. And you can see if you take the bones, they easily just crumble up because all of the good nutrients have been dissolved into the broth. So I like to pick out the big parts with some tongs just to get them out of the way. See that? The carcass has just disintegrated. There's almost nothing left of it. And the bones are just crunchy. They're soft. And that's exactly how you want them to be, nice and soft. They've given everything up. Okay, once you remove the solids, then you want to strain it to get out any of the other bits and pieces that you don't want necessarily into your broth. So I'm going to go ahead and strain this, and then I'll show you what to do next. Look how much beautiful, nutritious, delicious bone broth or chicken broth or stock I've made just with the leftover carcass from my chicken. I like to store my bone broth in these ball freezer jars. They're made out of plastic and they have lids that just go right on. They're easy to remove the frozen because they are tapered on the bottom, so you can have two different sizes, and these are what I like to do. You can store this in your refrigerator for a few days, or you can store it and then get it out of the freezer when you want it. And if you're really into canning, you could put this into canning jars and process it to put away in your pantry. There are a lot of ways to make food out of nothing, so be thinking creatively of how to stretch your food dollar so that you're getting every last penny's worth of food and making nutritious meals for your family. If you have a recipe that you enjoy using some of your leftover chicken, share it in the comments below so we can learn from each other ways to use up our food and get the most for our grocery dollars. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.